Hello investors, my name is Mitchell Harmer and today I'm going to be running you through the account setup process for an individual account. Congratulations and welcome on board. So there are 4 steps of which I'd like to explore today. The first being completing the application forms. The second step would be collecting the certified identification, and the third step would be then to send that documentation back to us via the express post bag you already have received. And finally, the 4th stage would be processing your Macquarie cash management account. So let's get started, and here's with the first step. So the application forms. We would have pre-filled most of the details for you by now, and it would have left the highlighted sections for you to look at once you'd received the forms. Now, if we refer to the application forms, section 1 has the account type. Obviously, we would have pre-populated this. In the case you're doing an individual account by yourself, we would have ticked individual sole trader. In the case we're doing an individual account with 2 people, we tick joint application, but not to worry, we would have already established this. Section 2. This is really where we just put your name and information down. Obviously, if we needed your tax file number or your phone number, we would have highlighted those sections. In the case there is a second person in this account, section 2 is continued on the next page. Now, some clients like to do a portfolio transfer. Now, section 4 is where we refer to this. The highlighted sections would have been picked, namely the transfer of existing HIN. You'll notice below it has current sponsoring broker. It's very important that you fill out as much of this as you can. The broker PID just to the right of it is also very important. If we scroll down a little bit to halfway down the page, you'll see what would you like to transfer. Now, this section here, we may have established already during the phone call, but in the case that you want to transfer all of your holdings, that is all of your stocks and shares, please tick the top box. If you're only looking to transfer a part of it, the box below is what you'd need to do. And then, like with anything, there is an area for you to sign. As with always, it's highlighted, so please look to sign with the signature and date the document. If we go further through the page, there is a section called Linked Cash Management Account. Now, the beauty of this section, investors, is that we go ahead and make a Macquarie cash management account on your behalf. It's very simple, and all it requires is us to be able to have your tax file number. If we don't have it when we initially spoke on the phone, not to worry. We'll make this cash management account once we receive the documents from you. In the interim, we just flick through to the next page. Section 8 is basically where we sign the document, the client declaration and signatures. If it's an individual account, say for me, Mitchell Harmer, I will simply sign it and date it, and then we move on to the next stage, where you actually need to get your certified identification. Now, generally we need 2 forms, the first being a driver's license and the second being a passport. Now, these need to be certified by adjusters of the peace. Now, suggested areas to get this done. So firstly, I like to think legal professionals, be it a legal practitioner or an attorney, is a great place to start. Alternatively, you can go to court positions where there are justices of the peace, judges or magistrates. Any of those would be ideal. If you can get those certified and then sent back to us, that would be ideal. Now, that takes us through to our 3rd step, which is the most exciting. This is the one where you get to send us the documents back. Now, you would have noticed when you first received the documents that it would be a return slip. Simply place all the forms into that and put into the express post box, and we'll have it within 1 business day. Now, the 4th step, which was the Macquarie cash management account. We have a few different options here. Some clients already have a Macquarie cash management account, and when we spoke with you initially on the phone, we would have established this. In the case that you already have one, we would simply send you a third-party authority document in the application forms when we first send them to you. And all that is required on that section is, at the very top in section 1, it will be asking for the account name and the account number. Please pre-fill those sections and then have yourself or even the second person in this individual account sign it on the last page. All of that would be highlighted for your reference. In the case that you don't have a Macquarie cash management account, I would have gone ahead, or one of my teammates would have gone ahead and made you a Macquarie cash management account online. In the interim, you would have received an email from Macquarie just asking you to verify information. It's a very simple process. There are lots of online queues to walk you through that. And then once that's all completed, your Macquarie cash management account will be active and ready for funding. Guys, that is the fundamentals with regards to setting up your individual account. And what happens next? Open Markets and Macquarie would go ahead and process your application, and it will be activated within 3 to 4 business days at the latest. And what we consider is that we are always here to help. So if you have any questions throughout the entire process, please do not hesitate to ask. I'm here most days from 8:30 to 6, or else one of my teammates could come in, no problem at all. Thank you for listening. My name's Mitchell, and that's been your individual account setup process. Bye-bye.